you in the name of one God, Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please be seated. Well, to tell you all a story about probably one of the most influential people on my life that I've met personally, a man named Jesse. Now, I was told earlier this week that if I talk to you all about a man named Jesse, y'all are either going to think of Governor Jesse Ventura or Uncle Jesse from Full House. He's neither of those. He's neither of those. Jesse was a chronically homeless man that I knew, kind of late Middle Ages, tall, wiry, with sort of growing gray hair on him. But he was one of the most influential people I have met in my personal journey. When I was serving as a deacon at St. Patrick's Church in D.C., y'all know, just like with Pat Ritchie is here, the story of what a deacon does is that person is primarily someone who serves as a bridge between the church in the world and the church within our walls, right? Part of what the deacon does is it's their job to help bring people into the church, but maybe even more importantly than that, their job is to take the church and bring it out into the world where the people are. So part of how I was doing that at St. Patrick's was I was working with, among other things, an organization that was known as, it was Alexandria OAR, it was Offender Aid and Reentry. And it was a restorative justice program. They worked with men and women who had been convicted of crimes, who committed crimes, had been convicted, and were seeking to bring about healing, bring about restoration. They would do service projects and get an opportunity to greet the people that they had wronged and to seek forgiveness and make amends, to try to become productive, contributing beneficial members of society again, to heal the harm that had been done in the world. And this was where I met Jesse, because Jesse was one of the most effective volunteers we had at OAR. As I said, he was chronically homeless. He didn't necessarily know any given night whether he'd be spending the night in his car or at a friend's house, or maybe if he was lucky, a hotel room that night. But he was so effective because he would be able to reach out to somebody else in need, somebody else who was hurting, somebody else who felt like nobody in this world loved them, that they didn't matter to anyone. And he was able to reach out to them and say, I'm on this journey. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard. But I'm on this journey. And I want to know if you'd be willing to be on it with me. Would you be willing to try to do this with me? And Jesse, without a doubt, was able to change people's lives. He was able to change lives because people could see that he was somebody else who also knew what it meant to feel alone, to feel unwanted, to feel unsupported or unloved. He knew what that was like. And from the depths of that darkness, was able to reach out in a genuine way and offer hope to someone else. It changed lives. Now, I mentioned that story because that's very much what I see happening here in this gospel story, where Jesus has reached out and he has healed people. But who's the one that really gets how important this is? It's the Samaritan. Right? Y'all know from the stories of the Samaritan that the Samaritans were the ones that everybody looked down on. And everybody said, they're the worst. We don't need to love them. They're just Samaritans. They were discounted and unwanted. And this was a Samaritan leper. Right? It doesn't get much more unwanted than that. And yet, from the very depths of how low this person must have been, they got how transformational God's blessing was. That Jesus had healed him, and he got, more than the other 9 did, he got just how important this was. Ran back to Jesus, became a part of what Jesus was trying to do in this world, was able to go and proclaim it to others. This Samaritan man went out and was an example to others about the amazing love of God, because he knew what it was to not have it. Now, luckily, I would say most of us in this room, luckily, most of us have never had to worry about living a day in our lives where we didn't think that someone loved us. Most of us have never been completely and utterly alone in this world. And so most of us don't have personal experience knowing that kind of darkness that Jesse knew, that the Samaritan man in this story knew. That's part of why it's so important we need to hear these stories. To maybe be able to put ourselves in that place a little bit and realize how lucky we all are. I hope, if nothing else, we can take kind of three things I hope for us to take from this today. Now, one is to look around and just be thankful, to just be grateful that we have each other, that we're here, that we're loved by, we have family, we have friends, we have people here, that we belong to a place where we know we're loved and we're worthy of love, and to just be thankful we have this. Not take it for granted. Number two, I hope for just a moment, we can put ourselves in the place of this story and think about what it would be like to not have this. To think of what it would be like to feel unwanted, unloved. And out of that sense of gratitude that we have, the third thing is out of that sense of gratitude to be able to say, we have a tremendous power here. We have a tremendous power out of our gratitude to be able to, like Jesse did, reach out to someone else and change a life. Not through anything radical or beyond our means, but simply by reaching out to somebody else and inviting them on the journey and saying, sometimes this life is hard. Sometimes it seems beyond us. But I'm on this journey. And I wonder if you would be on it too. The kind of transforming power we have in this world to be able to reach out to somebody else and say, you are worthy of love. We do that in so many ways here. We do that when we participate, whether it's making prayer shawls for people who are stuck at home and can't be with us, whether it's joining and helping out with our Angels on Assignment, going and visiting people, or helping out in some other place, or even gathering here in gratitude and just being able to be here with each other when we've had a long week, and being able to come here with each other and to just say, gosh, I appreciate you being here with me. I'm so glad you're on this journey here with me. Let's not take for granted the gift that we have. Let us know how blessed we are. And even though we didn't start out from the depths that Jesse's had, or the depths of the Samaritan in this story, let us know that we can go and we can share our blessings and our gifts with one another and make a difference in this world. Let us do all of this in thanksgiving of the examples in this story, and thanksgiving of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Thanks be to God. Amen.